What's up, my beautiful butterflies? It's the Awakened Butterfly, and I'm back with another video. If this is your first time coming across my channel, please stay for the entire video. And if you like the content, um, hit the like button, please, and subscribe. Welcome back, my beautiful butterflies. I missed you guys so much. Guys, I really, this last couple of days has been kind of crazy for me. I feel like I've been going through some spiritual attacks. I've been doing a lot of praying and meditation and trying to drink a lot of water because this month has not been easy for a lot of people, and there's been, for that reason, there's a lot of rituals being done, and I don't know if anyone's aware of that, but this is the month for a lot of things, especially in Hollywood and things of that nature, even in the regular spiritual world. And this video, guys, is a story time, and this is not like any other story time. This is a very serious story time, which is probably why I've been going through these attacks, because they probably know that I'm about to release this video. They probably, since we are going through spiritual warfare, there are probably, some people who are not going to like what I'm about to say, and they were probably trying to keep me from making the video. But God is on my side, and He gave me the strength to do it. So, with that being said, here I am. And before I get started, guys, let me introduce you to my new baby added to the collection. And her name is Pinky, and this was given to me by my fiance for Valentine's Day. So I just wanted to introduce you to her, and she's going to be with us, joining us for this story time today. Guys, this story time is sharing with you guys how I found out I was born into an occult family, and this is actually on my father's side of the family. And the severity of how I found out was very traumatizing to my mind, my body, my spirit, and it just really shocked me, and it was more traumatizing than anything to find out that the people that are supposed to be the most close to me were actually out to try and hurt me. And guys, I've been really wanting to release this video to you guys for so long. I've really been holding back, and God said let them know, for this could help someone out there. Guys, this goes all the way back to 2007. This is when the signs started to show in my life. I was very young, and I wasn't as enlightened as I am now that I'm older. So I really didn't understand the signs that were coming my way. But I don't know if you guys remember a story time I told you. It was probably the last story time that I did, when I said that I met the people at poetry night, at this place or whatever, and then how they came into my life. Okay, well, it started from there. In that particular apartment that I was living in, I had received a letter, and it didn't have a return address to it. I don't know who sent it to me. It was just a white envelope, and it was outlined in red, white, and blue around the end. And when I opened it, it was saying, this is a book of celebrities and how they became famous, but it never told you who the people were. It was just like, can you guess the hint? And I was like, this is kind of weird, but it kind of caught my attention because they were celebrities. They were coming off as celebrities and asking if you could listen to their life story and figure out who they were. So at the same time skeptical, I was also kind of like, I don't know about this. So I didn't respond back to it because they wanted me to sign my name and return the envelope. Didn't return it, guys, okay? In the midst of all this, I'm moving. I'm moving to a new place, probably about within 6 months after I received that letter. So now I'm in a whole nother location, guys. Months later, in the new location, I receive an envelope that looks the same as that one with no return address once again. When I opened the envelope, it said, I'm so disappointed that you didn't respond to us. And you have what we need for eternity. I mean, it was a very scary, scary letter. Like, I didn't know what was going on. And that's when my little brother came to my house, and he started to tell me things about secret societies and occults and things like that. He said, "Sis, have you ever heard of this?" I said, "No." So he started pulling up different things on YouTube, showing me this stuff, the checkerboard floors, the Masonic handshakes, all these different type of things. I didn't know, what it was. So it made me think back to the letter that I got, and I showed it to him. My brother became so scared. He's like, "Do you know who this is?" He's like, "You're being watched by somebody. Somebody's trying to get you to join them." And he said, "I think it's these people, the elites or whatnot." And I was like, I don't want any parts of that. I don't want nothing to do with it. So my brother said, "We should burn this because it's nothing but negative energy, and I don't want you to even hold it in your home because it doesn't serve you any good purpose." So I told my brother, he said, "Just let me just take it far off somewhere in the bushes, way somewhere, and burn it." So he did. And I don't know the exact time and place or wherever he did it because he took it away from my home. And it seems like after that happened, that's when things really got crazy. My brother told me that he burned it. It was no longer, around. He said I shouldn't have anything to worry about. But guys, I started having nightmares after that. And that's when I started to reach out to my dad because my dad is a minister and I feel like he could help me. It kind of shocked me when he kind of, it was kind of weird that he was disregarding what I was saying to him, like he didn't, like it wasn't important. But it was so, the things I was going through, it was seeming like some type of magic, like it was just unreal, but it was real. Like, am I the only one seeing this crazy things taking place, So, my dad started to say, "I think you have a mental illness." And I said, "No, Dad, someone sent a letter here." And I told him that, my brother, which is his son as well, I said he took it off and burned it. And he said, "Are you playing with witchcraft?" I said, "No, I don't even know what this stuff is." This letter came. Then that's when I told him about the other letter that I received at the other apartment. And he was just looking so nonchalant, like he just kept looking at the corner of his eyes, like, maybe you need to get some rest to lay down. Maybe your mind is, maybe you're working too hard. I'm like, "No." He's like, "See," and at that time I was in college. I was taking psychology classes, and he started blaming it on me. He's like, "Maybe you're too deep into your school." I'm like, "No, I'm not. I'm pretty good and balanced with my schooling. I'm fine." And at that time I was on a break from school, so it wasn't that. And I had to let him know that. I said, "Dad, I think it's something else really going on here." So that's when it seems like family members started to show up from my father's side, and they would say weird things that, like, out of nowhere, one of my family members one of my second cousins came around and started to hang out with me one day. And this is when it started, guys. He said, "Do you know who your father is?" And I was like, "Yeah, I know who my father is." He's like, "No, do you really know who he is?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" He was like, "He's someone big." And I was like, what do you mean?" He was like, "He's, high up in something." And, guys, I feel like at the same time how everything happened, it was the universe trying to reveal to me then. But like I said, I was young. I didn't understand, what the universe was trying to tell me. But God was protecting me the whole time. And, despite the things that I went through from this, and once he told me that, I started to look things up. Okay, because now I'm starting to realize that the things that my cousin's saying is starting to resonate with the things that my brother is saying, and some things are starting to make sense. It's starting, but I still haven't quite got it yet, guys. I still didn't catch on just yet. So now my brother's starting to have anxiety attacks. And my brother was living with me at the time. Now he's having anxiety attacks. Something's waking him up out of his sleep, scaring him. And I didn't realize at that time it was because he was warning me now. And now they're attacking him because he's trying to enlighten me. Because they were starting to attack me. And I didn't realize that at that time, guys. All of this stuff is, it's crazy that at that time I didn't understand what was going on. I wish I did. But, the house that I moved into from the apartment, my dad helped get me that house from someone. And my brother had came home one day and he said, "You've never thought about this." He said, "But come here." And he called me into the laundry room. He was in there doing some laundry. He said, "Look at your floor." And it was checkerboard. And he said, "Sis, this is not a coincidence." And it's just like the more people kept coming to me, it's like out of nowhere, people just kept coming to me saying, like just dropping gems about, things about the elite and the symbolism and the handshakes. And I started looking this stuff up and I said, "Oh, wow, this is scary. This is really scary." And then that's when I realized that all this stuff was revolved around witchcraft. And I think what shocked me of all was to know that it was actually someone that I was very, very, very close to that was involved in this. What became more frightening is when I realized that my dad wasn't the only one involved. It was more family members. And he was actually sending these people to gang stalk me at my home. And they have certain agendas that they put on certain people based on your gift. My mind is one of my most powerful weapons on me. I have a very bright mind, and I think a lot. I'm at peace with myself in many ways. So I'm by myself a lot, and I think about a lot of things. And I think they knew my gifts before I knew it. When these people started to come around, and I noticed that when someone's trying to hurt me, the Most High God will give me a dream. I will have a dream about it before it happens. It's as a warning to give me a heads up, about some things. And I realized that I kept dreaming about certain family members from my father's side of the family. They pop up the next day. And it was always, pretty much associated with something negative. Like, trying to pressure you to do things that you don't normally do. Here, drink this, take this, let's go over here. When it's not a good place to go. Things of that nature, And I noticed that once my dad, I would talk to him, he would say things that wasn't true. Like, "Yeah, I heard you were doing this." And yeah, deep down in my heart, I knew I was not doing this stuff. It was starting to drive me crazy. And I was like, I swear. And I don't like swearing. But I wanted my dad to believe me. And I kept saying, if these people are lying on me, I don't care if they're my family or not, I don't want them around. And it's like he kept saying they said. He never said who. But I'm like, the only people that's around me, even though this stuff is not true, The only people that are around me are my family members that just keep coming around, unannounced majority of the time. Majority of these people didn't, they were young, they didn't work, they were at the age they probably didn't take work seriously at that time, so they were just, who knows? My dad was probably paying them to come around to do the things that they were doing. And I remember after all of this, now, guys, after all of this, okay, so now it's a year later. Okay, now I'm still going through all of this gang stalking. I'm not realizing it. It's turning me into a different person because now I'm thinking I'm beating myself up because I'm thinking that I'm the reason for all of this stuff going on around me. So now I'll say it's about a year later, and it was my birthday, my 28th birthday, and my dad called me to his house, and it was a full moon outside. It was. I'll never forget this. It was a full moon outside, and he was walking really fast across the lawn outside. I've never seen him do that. He's a very clean cut guy. So walking around outside with his socks and his shoes off was very. I would do it, but it was very unheard of for my, for my dad to be doing it. Like I would expect him to have on, house slippers or something like that. But he said, "Do you know who I am?" And his eyes were big like that. I was like, of course, you're my dad or whatever. He was like, "No, and I don't want to say it. I really don't want to keep saying that word on here, but I want to say." He said that he's a high elite. Let me just say that. But he said something else, the M word. And he said, "I'm an M word." And I said, "What is that?" And he said, "You'll soon find out, and I'm not afraid of nothing." So I've never seen him act like that before. I've never seen that type of behavior from him. I don't understand it. And next thing you know, my little sister pulls up. She walks towards me like this with a Minnie Mouse and says, "Here you go, happy birthday." And it's just so eerie, a little bit, kind of like, I don't know, I had, my boyfriend at the time was there, and he was a few years older than me, so he was just looking at everything. When we got back home, he said, "You do know what all of that meant, all of that took place, don't you?" And I said, "No." He said, "It's like they were doing, like some type of ritual took place in your father's yard, and it was his time to let you know that what he was, it was revealed." He was like, "Do you know what that means?" And I said, "No." He said, "It means that you're not safe." He said, "You're his oldest daughter, which makes you a target." And guys, I had the biggest lump in my stomach when he said, like, it scared me so bad because, number one, I've never heard of this stuff before. I was so scared. I'm like, what are you talking about? And it's just like from there on out, it's like now I'm aware. So now I'm seeing everything that I didn't see before. So it seems like now I'm really a target. Now I'm realizing I'm a target because now I'm kind of confronting these people, like questioning some things like that doesn't, why are you, So that's when the mental illness thing started getting pushed on me. All of a sudden now my dad's starting to just tell me things are wrong with me. I'm mentally ill. My dad's never told me I was mentally ill before. Something's wrong with you. You're bipolar. I think you need to go, talk to somebody. And I don't know if you guys remember my other story time when I was talking about the people from the poetry shop, and I was saying that they started doing the same thing, right? And I'm realizing, putting the pieces together now that he was the one having these people doing this stuff. It was all orchestrated through my dad. And it's like now I'm not ashamed to say it. I'm not scared to say it anymore. I'm speaking in my truth because, you know, I want you guys to know how genuine my heart is and why I'm really on here doing this. I went through something with this. I went through something with this. And I don't want anybody else to go through this. And if there is someone going through this stuff and they don't know why, I want them to know why. It's serious. And it's very confusing and traumatizing when it's people that close to you that you feel like if you can't trust anyone else in the world, you can trust your family. And when it's them doing it, it really puts you in a very, very confusing and uncomfortable space. And it does mess with your mental health a lot. It's very confusing. It's very scary because you're wondering why are they doing this, you know? It got to the point to where my ex-husband was saying that I was mentally ill. He started saying it to the point to where he said I was so mentally ill that I needed to go and get some help. So everyone's saying this to me, guys. Nothing's wrong with me. But I'm starting to see evil spirits in everybody that's, you know, coming at me. I'm starting to, you know, I didn't see it at first. Now I'm starting to really, it's like my gift started to awaken. And I'm like, gosh, these people, like, wow, this is really happening. If you guys are wondering, you don't have to. I'm going to go ahead and tell you. I don't involve myself in my father's life anymore. I made the decision to not do so. The sad thing about it is after all of these things happened to me, I continued to try and be in my father's life because all I ever had wanted was my dad to be proud of me and to, to be proud of me and just to know I was a good daughter. And I started to get insults from my father. I realized that he was starting to play with my mental health and he was gang stalking me as well. And I was receiving a lot of put downs, which was a lot of discouragement coming from your own parent. There were a lot of evil things taking place within the family that I realized was not a coincidence. Certain people passing away in threes and just weird things like that. A lot of these things I realized was happening for the same reason why this certain person was in the position that they were in. Let me say that. Financially stable, everything going well for them, and they're sitting on a pedestal putting other people down, people that they should be helping. It's just, and that's when you realize that it's really in genuine acts when someone will go and help someone that's not in their family before they would help their family, because it's their family that they're attacking. They're the target, and that's what I want people to understand. You know yourself, you know when you're doing the right thing. If someone is attacking you for no reason, you're a target for some reason. Their own personal reason that you probably would never understand. And guys, I literally beat myself up over this stuff. The things that, that they were saying, the things that, like everything, I was being attacked by so many people that were connected with me that it was bad. It's to the point I'm like, okay, is everybody having a meeting about me and discussing me and then just put the plan into place when I'm, and come around me and just act it all out about how you guys are gonna, play with my mental health and, just tear me down when you're supposed to be my family, my friends, people close to me are supposed to love me and care about me, but you're participating with my father in these horrendous acts. It's terrible. It is terrible. And I just really feel a big weight being lifted off of me making this video right now, because I want you guys to know that when a person shows you who they are the first time, that's who they are. Whether you love them, whether you care about them so much you don't want to face the fact. In order for your mental health, your protection and awareness, please face the facts. You know, someone had taken me off for 4 days. They had mysteriously popped up into the picture with one of my family members, and the whole thing was supposedly have been orchestrated by family members. I'm not going to get into the names, but it was someone pretty much put something in my drink that I had sitting on the table in my own home, and I woke up in the hospital, and all this stuff was, from what I was told, orchestrated by my father. And I used to be ashamed to say it to, I'm not ashamed anymore, because I realize that I'm one of God's chosen, and that's why I'm going through this. And if these people have to even use your own family to get you, to tear you down, that's what they would do. I mean, if you wasn't someone of some importance and someone that they were threatened by, they wouldn't even be doing this. And I just want everyone to know out there that's going through this, or that has gone through this, or even think you are currently going through this and you didn't know what it was. If you could get away from these people as soon as possible, get away. I'm no longer around any of the people that has put my life in danger, including family members. I am away from that, and I wasn't afraid to separate myself. I had to learn how to accept what was going on around me so I can protect myself. And that's what I want you guys to do. And it took a lot for me to tell you guys this, because, I mean, exposing someone sometimes is not always easy, especially when it's someone that you're close. And this wasn't even really an exposure. This was a story time. I shared a big piece of my journey with you guys. And I feel like you deserve to know that, because I wanted you to know the background of these videos. I wanted you guys to know why I make these videos, why it's so important for me to talk to you guys and to share my experiences with you, because I don't want anyone to go through this. I want everyone out there that is not a part of it and that doesn't want to be a part of it, and that's trying to, protect themselves from people like this, whether it's in your family or not. I want you to know this stuff. And I want you to watch my videos, and I want you to share them, because that's why I'm doing it. Because I love you guys. And I told God that I wanted to do something for humanity. And this is one of my contributions. And I really hope you guys take something from this, because, regardless of who we're related to by blood, you never know what people are into privately, behind closed doors, or, their own personal issues that they're going through. You just never know sometimes. Because I would have never thought in a million years that someone that helped bring me into this world, that's supposed to protect me and love me, will be a part of something that puts my life in total danger. And I used to, guys, I'm getting stronger, because I used to release my address to my dad when I moved to new places, when he'd call and ask. And every time I did, something weird would happen. Not anymore. I've gotten stronger, and I've separated myself, and I don't do that anymore for my protection, my safety. So I hope you guys really took this story time as a message for me and the Most High Himself, because sometimes our truth could save someone else. your journey could be an inspiration to someone else, and I hope mine is to you guys, because I love you guys so much, and I appreciate you for listening to my stories and my knowledge that I share with you guys. And with that being said, I hope everyone is taking care of themselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. And until the next video, oh, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this video, guys, if you don't mind. And until the next video, peace and love. Bye.